Now, the second category, changing it so that the very bad thing itself actually supports your vision. This is so good. Like, I love, this is my favorite section of the three because it's so powerful. When the very thing you hate so much actually empowers you to believe and do what you want, then it's like, go ahead, brain. Trigger that thought all you want. Trigger that feeling all you want. Trigger that event all you want. Like, they judge me. Oh, they're actually judging me. Sick, because every time they actually judge me, that all that does is empower my vision of I love myself and I'm free socially and I'm loved by so many people and I'm so confident and I'm going to have, like, if you can actually make the bad create the good, then you literally win no matter what. That's why this is so exciting. So, some of the different ways that you can do this. The first way, this is what I call growth phase. I do this all the time, is basically whenever there was unwanted thoughts or feelings, I kind of recognized that when that just awful thought or feeling was just really getting triggered, it was really sticking and it was really just tough, I was like, if I can still choose my vision, if I can still choose to trust the reality I want, if I can still choose to love life or choose whatever, even while this awful emotion and thought's getting triggered, then just think of how much I can do it when it's not getting triggered. Think of how free I'll be in the good times if in the worst of times I can still choose my vision. Like, if in the darkest moment you can still say, to heck with all this is all just patterns, it's all just, and maybe do one of these strategies too or whatever, and just be like, I don't care, I'm still choosing my vision. And just think of how free I can be. So now all of a sudden, it being bad, it being really hard and difficult, that becomes a good thing. Because it's like, the harder it is, the more that this can become a breakthrough, a chance for a breakthrough. Whenever I'd have improvements, it usually wasn't in the good times. It wasn't like, oh, things are just going really easily and smoothly. No, it's when things were going really hard and somehow I'd still be like, no, I'm still gonna act confidently. I'm still gonna be confident. That's my identity, that's my reality. And I still hold on to that. And then all of a sudden, boom, my brain gets on board and I'm like, wow, that shows myself I can do that anytime, right? It's a growth phase. It's a chance for growth. Basically goes to the idea of, if you want to get strong in the gym, you can't lift super light, easy weights that are easy for you to lift. You got to lift heavy weights that are hard. It's the same thing with this. Like, oh, those awful emotions, all that's doing is actually giving me a chance to grow. Because if I can still, change the emotion, if I can still do these different strategies, if I can still choose my vision, even when it's so hard, then that gets me so much better at choosing. That gets me so much better at giving life. That gets me so much more empowered and free. Because if I can overcome this moment, then I can overcome any moment. And I actually am exercising my skills with these strategies so I can just become totally free. So it's a chance to grow. It's a chance to become stronger. It's like a wake-up call. That a lot of times when anxiety would start getting triggered, I'm like, I haven't been applying the strategies as powerfully as I can. I haven't been choosing it like I can, making it actually real like I can. So, thank you, brain. Thank you for creating the anxiety, because that's just a wake-up call, right? That's actually something good, because it's awakening me to use my power more. And the second one that goes right along with it is, if you know who David Goggins is, then you're going to really understand this. If not, I love David Goggins. He's helped me so much just to become mentally tough and to make it so that anything bad is like, I do not care. Because the thing that David Goggins, the way he views life is that pain is good, suffering is good, hard things, bad things are good. Like, kind of the mindset shift with this is that hard things, difficult things, painful things are good purely because they are hard and painful. Because that makes you stronger. If you want to become totally unstoppable, free, powerful, confident, strong, that you do that by overcoming the hardest situations. Like, the reason I have so much power over my brain now that I didn't before, that so many people, when I'm working with them, that they don't have yet, is because I've been through more times when it wasn't working and when I couldn't feel it, when it was hard, and when I had to really just trust without feeling it. And when, it's all the hardest times that sculpted me and made me this person. Alex Hormozy, he talks about how if you were trying to create a human and you're trying to make the toughest, strongest human ever, you'd make them go through really hard things. And if you're trying to create the most patient person, you'd make them wait a long time. And if you're trying to make the most loving person, you'd give them all sorts of injustices so that they'd have to choose to love despite those things. The fact that it's hard, that it's bad itself, that is actually what makes it good, because that makes you so tough, so strong, that if you can get through that, you can get through anything and nothing will ever faze you again. If you can own the pain. In my workouts, I went from, I have to somehow hype myself up and feel good enough that I don't feel pain when I'm doing my ab workout, to then it was like, I want to feel more pain. I want more pain, because the more pain I can endure, the more I literally become unstoppable. So the more you can adopt that, like, I literally got to the point where I would have a day where I didn't feel any anxiety, and I'd be like, dang, I need to do something to cause anxiety. That was too easy. I need to become tougher. Like, what can I do that will actually create a feeling of anxiety, because that will make me stronger. That was actually my reality of how I viewed life, right? So in that way, if something becomes good purely by the fact that it's hard, then all these hardest, worst things, they're all good. They're all empowering your vision. They're all making you stronger, unstoppable, all of that stuff that then will allow you to create the life you dream of, so that anything bad can be good purely because it's so hard. The third one is separating yourself from it. Basically, so the way that I kind of happened upon this strategy, it just like came to me accidentally, because I was so immersed in my vision of, I'm changing my patterns, I'm changing my life, that there was this one moment where it was the emotions, the thoughts, all that was just really hard, really bad. And I was like, you know what, David? This might be the last time you ever have to feel this way. This might be the most fear you ever experience again. This might be the most worry or the most whatever that you ever experience again. And in that way, what does it do? It actually empowers your vision, because it's like, wow, that means my vision must be coming true. It must be changing my life, and I must be having power to do that, because this is the last time this ever happens. And that almost makes the pain kind of like a magical thing. It's almost like an exciting thing. So it's like, if you knew for a fact this was the last time you'd ever have this much fear, then it's like, almost like, what if I miss it? Like, this is the last time I get to do this thing. Like, this is kind of like a cool thing I get to do, right? Something else, I guess, just going along with that I would do is I'd be like, a lot of people, they never get to feel this much fear. Like, people pay a lot of money to feel fear. Like, people pay a lot of money to go skydiving or shark diving, which I've done both and they were amazing. But, or to do whatever it is, to go to haunted houses. Like, people pay money to feel fear. I get to do it for free. Like, people will be like, wow, like, this is such a unique experience of having these thoughts and these feelings just going crazy. Like, most people never get to experience this. This is kind of a unique experience that I get to have that most people don't. Like, that's awesome, right? It's actually making the bad thing something that's good. It makes you unique. It makes you special. It makes it an exciting, awesome thing that makes it so it's a cool emotion. It's a cool experience, right? So just separating, make it so that the thing itself actually separates you from it. Going back to your past self. Every time it gets triggered, wow, I'm so glad I don't have to worry about this anymore. Even if in the moment the worry is there, the fear is there, it's like, wow, I'm so glad I don't have to listen to this anymore. I'm so glad I don't have to fear this. I'm so glad now I know this isn't true. Wow, I used to suffer. I used to really be worried about this. I used to really, dang, yeah, that sucked. But now I'm so free. Now I don't have to do that. Now I understand the truth. Now I can have power to change and to give life to this new thing. Right? It actually, the thing itself happening is actually the separator from the thing itself. It actually becomes your reason of why that's not real, of why you're now freed and empowered to the next level, right? It's like a just cool mindset shift. Like, what the heck? So this one is my favorite. I freaking love this one so much, because once you understand that every time you have anything from that convincing topic, it means it's a lie because it's from the convincing topic. Your brain literally is lying to you on purpose to try to deceive you, to make you feel fear, to protect yourself from something that's not real because it's memorized it. Once you understand that, then any thought or feeling from your topic, it's a lie. Like every time. It's either completely a lie or it's distorting reality so much that even if there's a tiny bit of truth, it just makes it a total lie. So everything you're experiencing and thinking and believing, it's just totally a lie, right? And religiously, the way I would look at it too, is that Satan can make us think certain thoughts. He tries to tempt us or deceive us or trick us or make us suffer by putting thoughts in our brain. And anything from Satan is a lie. Anything from Satan, it's poison, right? I don't want to drink it. I don't want to eat. I'll drink a little bit. No, just get rid of it completely. So, in this case, especially with anxiety, with the emotion of anxiety, the thing that I realized is that anxiety, it's actually a gift from God, and the ultimate gift, the ultimate hack, because every time I experience anxiety, that's just a signal that I'm now believing a lie. I'm believing a lie. So whenever I'm feeling anxious, instead of, I'm feeling anxious, that means it must be true. It's, I'm feeling anxious, that means it's a lie. And I automatically can remind myself it's a lie. And I can automatically understand it's a lie and trust that it's a lie. So, oh, thank you, brain. Thank you for creating this anxiety to remind me, guess what? I'm believing a lie. That's why I'm feeling anxious, because I'm believing a lie. God's telling you, guess what? That's a lie. You don't want to believe that. It's not true. So here's some anxiety to help you know that you shouldn't be believing that. Oh, and that way, anxiety is literally a hack. It was literally a gift I would be grateful for, like genuinely grateful for. So it's like, oh, I'm feeling anxious right now. Oh, that means they're not actually judging me. That means I went back to believing that lie. I went back to believing that convincing topic. Oh, thank you, brain. Thank you, God. Thank you, whatever, for giving me this feeling of anxiety to warn me that I'm believing a lie now. And then going to this one, it's a reminder to instead choose to believe the truth. Choose to believe your vision instead. So that way it literally is a hack. It's like I have the ultimate hack that anytime I'm believing a lie, my body creates anxiety or creates these awful emotions to tell me it's a lie. So then bring it on. Oh, there's the anxiety. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Yep, that's a lie. Cool. Now I'm going to go believe something good. Like it's so good. So powerful. Then the anxiety is something good, actually. And the thought is like, oh, this terrifying thought, that's just a reminder of what's not true, which means instead this other thing is true. Oh, thank you, brain. Thank you for reminding me of what is true by telling me the opposite of what's true. It literally is just a guide to all the power and confidence and freedom and happiness you want when you treat it that way. So good. Also, it reveals a pattern. This one's really cool. So I started viewing it as anytime I'm feeling anxious or shame or all these awful things that go with my convincing topic, all that does is reveal that, guess what? You still have a pattern that can be changed to make your life so much better. Right? It's like, oh, I've changed a lot of my patterns, but oh, now I'm feeling anxious about something. Oh, all that's doing is revealing that there is still some of that negative pattern memorized that I can change. So all it's doing is revealing new freedom I can develop. It's revealing a pattern I can overcome and instead choose my vision regardless of the pattern to conquer that pattern, rewire it to become even more free. So any negative emotion, any negative thought is just a chance to be more free because it's just revealing a place where I'm still trapped. It's just revealing a place where I'm still living from a pattern instead of my vision so that then I can remind myself, oh, instead of doing that, let's choose our vision. So good. Then all of a sudden, every negative thought feeling becomes a chance for more freedom, a chance for more power. Because it's like, oh, that's something that there's still a pattern. Cool. Then let's conquer it and become even more free. Awesome. Also, just genuinely changing it. Like with the image, changing the image. So instead of hurting them, I'm hugging them. Or instead of them whispering, judging me, instead they're whispering in a like, wow, he's so amazing. Look how attractive he is. Look how cool he is. That's what they're whispering. Instead of whispering judgmental things. Or just changing it in general. Just kind of changing it to be something good. Just changing the meaning however you want. Oh, anytime I feel anxious socially, that's actually how I have adrenaline and how I enjoy life. Oh, that actually means I'm alive. Oh, that's awesome, I'm alive. Oh, any negative emotion actually just means I have patterns protecting me. So here's a cool one. If every time, let's say you had a harm thought or feeling, you were like, wow, see, my brain is so set on protecting me, right? Kind of using the truth, like the neutral thinking idea of the truth, using that as a positive thing. Every time I have an intrusive thought, that is literally my brain protecting, making sure I never harm my kids. So of course I'll never harm them. My brain is so committed to never harming them. And then every time that intrusive thought comes in, you're like, thank you for protecting me. Yeah, my brain is making sure, like, oh, that's awesome. I love them so much, right? The fact that it's protecting me from that actually means I love them so much. The fact that my brain, because here's another one I didn't write down, but all of the negative thoughts and feelings really just shows what you love, what you care about. So understand that. So then every time I feel anxious socially, it's like, wow, all that does is show that I love people. I love connecting with people. I love loving people. I love people loving me. That's all that shows when I have the fear of them judging me. Or, oh, I have this fear of me failing at my business. That just shows how much I love my business. That just shows how much I love succeeding and how much I love helping people in my business. Or I have this fear about harming my kids. That's how much I love them. Oh, I have this fear about this awful, oh, what if I'm a horrible person that's a sinful person? That just shows I love God. That just shows how much I love righteousness. So that every time the thought gets here, it's like, great, that's literally just telling me I love God and reminding me I love God. So the last thing I want to go over when it comes to this second section is with your emotions specifically. And this is all about how your emotions flow. So the way this works, your emotional response, right? If something happens to you, someone like punches you, and so you have this emotion of like, oh my goodness, fight or flight or whatever, any emotional response. Studies show that naturally the chemical biological response of the emotion only lasts about 90 seconds. If you feel the emotion and then you let it go, it lasts 90 seconds. Because emotions, thoughts, they're meant to just flow. They literally, the way we are designed is they're designed to flow. Oh, this tiger's attacking me. I feel adrenaline and fear to escape. Oh, now I escape. Now I'm talking to my friends. Oh, so now I feel these emotions of connecting with them. Oh, now I have to go hunting for my food. Oh, so now I feel motivation and this power and this let's do it. And it just flows with whatever is actually real in the moment of how you can best meet your needs, right? Emotions are really just there to support you in meeting your needs in that moment, whatever's true and best. It's just that we get so, all the convincing topics and the memorized lies and all of that. That's why emotion goes astray. So if you stop trying to force or fear emotion, I have to get rid of it, I have to do something with it, if instead you literally just, again, neutral thinking and kind of just there's a feeling, sick. If you just let the feeling flow, if you just let it do its thing, here's the thing that I've had so many people that kind of the way they were taught in the OCD community is you have to just accept your feelings. And by accepting them, that means you have to let them do whatever they want, and you have to accept the reason why you're scared too, I'm so terrified I'm gonna harm my kids, so I have to kind of accept the whole experience and the whole reality, the whole internal reality there. And so, I just have to accept that and bow to that and just let it do its thing and let it control me? No, that's terrible. I don't want to be controlled by my emotions forever. So then people are like, no, I can't accept emotions. I can't. Here's the truth. You don't have to accept the internal reality or the view of reality that's causing the emotion. No, you're already choosing your vision, choosing what you want to believe is true. So just the physical emotional part itself, just the physical response, the chemicals flowing through you, the emotion itself, you can just accept it because it doesn't mean anything, because it literally doesn't mean that horrible thing. It's literally just chemicals. And because when you accept it, it naturally wants to flow through you and flow away. That is naturally how emotion works. That's why I said with the river flowing through, that is emotions, because that's naturally, it just flows. It just, I feel emotion, and then it goes away, and a new emotion. That's just how it works. So for me, it was the phrase I love is flow to let go. I'm just going to flow the emotion. I'm going to actively, it's not, I just have to let the emotion do what it wants. I'm going to actually flow it through me. I'm going to flow it. I'm going to feel it. Right? I'm going to actually feel it on purpose. I'm going to step into it. That's what I do. I'm stepping into it. I'm going to step into the emotion. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to flow it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I'm going to accept it totally, expecting and understanding and trusting that that is the best way to let go of it. That is the best way to not be stuck in it and have it bottled up and control you. That is actually, the way that you gain power over an emotion is by just accepting it and letting it do its thing as far as just the physical part. And then the goal, belief state, the view of reality behind it, you're choosing. Does that make sense? So, a story from my life is, there was one time I kind of forgot about this, and so I was trying to force emotions, and I have to change it. And it was just stuck. I was just feeling this awful emotion for all day, for just a long time, and it was just stuck. Until I remember, I was like, David, what are you doing? You can't fight emotions. Just step into it. Step into it. Feel it even more. Feel it even more. Step into it even more. So the thing I decided is I'm just going to step into my emotion. That's all I'm going to do. As long as it takes. For the whole day today is just going to be a stepping into a day. I'm just going to step into the emotion. Just let it be felt. Let it go flow through me. Just step into it. Step into it more and more. Just feel it. Guess what? After 5 minutes of doing that, the emotion was gone and I felt free and felt good. Because as soon as you let it do its thing, it's going to do its thing and flow away. That is how you gain power over it. So just step into it. Just actually feel it more. The thing I would do, and I learned this whenever I would check my heartbeat, I always wanted it to be slow because, that means I'm healthier, right? And so I'd be slow down, slow down, slow down. Because I was trying to force it or change it, there's a danger. So my heart rate would automatically speed up. So the thing I realized is if my heart rate was going fast and I wanted it to slow down, the best way to do that was actually to be go ahead, speed up. I would actually enhance it. I would step into it. It's boom, good, I want that. I actually want that emotion. I want that thing. And I want it so much, I'm going to enhance it. Because instead of it being this horrible thing, instead I realized that the best way to let it go away on its own is by stepping into it, wanting it, and enhancing it. So I'd be heart, beat even faster. Go ahead, beat even faster, heart. Right? Or when I was going and approaching a girl I was attracted to and wanted to talk to her, and I was going up to her and my hands were shaking, I'd be shake even more. And I'd actually on purpose shake them even more. I'd be shake even more, shake even more. Or voice, shake even more. Or when I would go and shoot free throws and all the anxiety, what if I miss this? So I'd be kind of shaky, shake even more, shake even more. Or I'd be shoot through it, shoot through the shake. So great, I'm shaking, I'm just gonna shoot right through it. Oh, I'm shaking as I talk to the girl, talk right through it. My voice shaking, talk right through it. With whatever emotions, like just act through it, just go through it. It's nothing. That's it. Or shake even more. Like boom, good for you. Because the more you're like, good, shake even more, then your brain goes, oh. Subconscious indication, your brain goes, oh, well, I guess there isn't a danger if we're actually wanting this thing. So I guess we can stop this protective response and actually slow down the heartbeat and actually like let go of these negative emotions, these fearful emotions, right? So if from kind of like a playful place, like I'm feeling all the shame, it's like good, feel even more shame, like make it even stronger, feel even more chemicals, like go even more. I want these chemicals, then it's on your team. If it's something you are wanting, that gives you power over it. Because now it's not, oh, there's this awful emotion I have to get rid of. It's there's this emotion I'm wanting. And because I'm wanting it, that means I'm, in a sense, I have power over it because it's doing what I want. So I have all the power. So now because I have all the power, that's confidence, that's certainty. Now there's no more danger and your brain will stop creating that protective response. There's a quote that I love. It's like when you have the butterflies, right? When you're performing, you have all the anxiety, the butterflies is what they call it. It's like, don't try to kill the butterflies. Just get them flying in the same direction. Get them flying for you. So instead of, oh, there's all these butterflies, this nervousness, so I have to get rid of that and I have to, no. It's like, I'm just going to channel it. I'm going to channel this to be excitement. I'm going to channel it towards what I want. Emotion, like especially emotion, you can change it to support your vision. This is something in working out that was so powerful for me, is any emotion I felt, I would use it to get the most out of my workout. So if I'm feeling a lot of fear, it's like, good, there's a lot of adrenaline. There's a lot of like, let's use all of that to work out even harder. Or if I was feeling heartbroken, then it's like, good, let's use that. Let's use the heartbroken to channel that like power, that strength, that like, or if I was feeling really happy, good, let's use that. Let's use the happiness. I just have a ton of energy. I'm going to lift a lot. If I was feeling just motivated, good, use it. If I was feeling like, there'd be times in my workout when it was a really hard workout and I really needed something to get me through it, where on purpose I would revisit the most painful experiences from my life to just somehow give me that deeper sense of like, if I can make it through that, I can make it through this. Or all the pain from that, let's be strong enough that we never have to go to that place again. Like, at least I'm not feeling that, so I can make it through this workout. Or just, however I'd use it, it's like, again, understand, this is so key. Emotion is literally just fuel to meet your needs. That's literally what it is. That is the exact psychological thing. Emotion is fuel to meet your needs. So that when that tiger's chasing you, you have more fuel to escape. Or when you do something wrong that's going to make your life worse, you have fuel of healthy guilt to go, oh, my life's going to be better if I act in a better way. Awesome, great. And then it fuels you to do that. Emotion is fuel to meet your needs. So when you start viewing it as that, as this is literally just fuel to meet my needs, then you can be like, oh, well, then I can view it as if it's actually helping me meet my needs. So no, this isn't fear, this is just fuel. Emotion is just emotion. This is just fuel. This is just a chemical response. So it's not fear, this is just fuel. So, oh, all this fear, this is literally just fuel to get me to go take this action to meet my needs. That, oh, the meaning I've been giving to the emotion is that this emotion is actually, oh, I can never talk to them again, I can never do this, and it's awful. But that's what was wrong. The emotion itself is fine. The emotion itself can do what it wants because it's just fuel. So yeah, I can let go of those negative beliefs, those negative convincing topics behind the emotion, the negative meanings behind the emotion, and instead I'll replace it with a good meaning, but the emotion itself can do what it wants. It can stay, it can whatever, because it's just fuel. Like, if you can see how powerful that is, say yes. Like, this is crazy. This is so good, right? But that's the thing with emotion. Step into it, let it flow. That's how you have power over it. That's how you become free from it. That's how you free yourself. Like, there'd be times when I was trying to create a positive emotion, but I really had this negative one stuck. It's like, okay, before I go to the positive, I just got to really step into this negative. Just really give myself permission to feel in general. Because when you're resisting an emotion, again, that's fuel to meet your needs. So then it just causes all sorts of turmoil. So your brain's like, what, you don't want to meet your needs? Like, you don't, like, what's happening here? So instead of you're like, great, thank you, brain, you're helping me meet my needs. This emotion's actually an amazing thing that shows I'm alive and shows that my needs will be met, that I can use. Just like in my workouts, I can use. Get creative with it. And oh, now I give myself permission to just feel in general because I'm already choosing the new view of reality. So the thing that actually makes the emotion mad, I'm already saying, yeah, that's just BS, convincing topic. I'm going to release that thought in another way. Now the emotion itself, I give myself just permission to totally just feel it however my body wants it to be felt. because now it's not even a bad thing, it's a thing that's totally fine to feel. And one last experience that I loved so much with this that I will always remember is, I remember one day, I was just really trying to change my experience. I was really trying to change my emotion and get a good emotion instead of the kind of the anxiety or whatever I was experiencing. And I remember I was standing on campus by the athletic building when this happened. And I remember the realization I had, the thing that just boom, hit me, as I was like, it's not about always needing to have a good emotion. Instead, it's about always choosing to enjoy life no matter what the emotion is. So I realized that I could actually love any emotion that was happening, because any emotion was an experience. It was an emotion. It was something that's like, I can actually, even if I can't love this emotional experience, I can at least appreciate it. I can at least choose to enjoy it. I can choose to get something from it to enjoy the moment, because it's the only time I'll get to experience this sadness or this fear or this whatever in this moment. So let's appreciate it. Let's enjoy it. And when I realized that I could love any emotion, no matter what emotion I was feeling, that's when I had true power over all emotion. Because then, again, I'm not trying to get anything. It's like, I don't care what emotions are. I'm just going to love it. I don't care what emotions are. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to appreciate it. I'm going to just somehow find some sort of good, or at least of like, there's something to offer from this emotion. And in that way, I truly became free and empowered over all the negative emotions my brain could send at me.